Hello students, this is 8.08 Radical Equations. So today we are solving radical equations. We are going to, first, you have a quiz. So I should be available on Zoom, and you guys should be taking your quiz. However, for whatever reason, I'm not able to be there. The teacher in the room will be administering the quiz. It's 15 minutes, no talking. Yes, you can use a calculator. That's about it. So, to start off with, we are going to do square root radical equations. These are your steps. You're going to isolate one of the radical terms, use the principle of squaring. If there's still a remaining radical, do it again. Then solve the equation and check your possible solutions. This is going to be the big part. Check possible solutions. Sometimes if you're like, but there's only one answer, when you plug it in, the answer will not work. So we have to check those answers. All right, so here's the first set we're doing. We're going to solve. So you're going to first add 4 to both sides. You want to isolate, so just the square root 2x is by itself. With 11. Then you're going to square both sides. 2x is equal to 121 divided by 2. X is equal to 121 over 2, which is the same as writing 60.5. Okay, now, typically, we want you to prefer to write these in fraction form. I need to check my answers now, and it doesn't matter whether I check the decimal or the fraction version. Either way, I still have to check the answer. So I'm going to plug in square root of 2 times something minus 4 is equal to 7. 121 over 2. The 2's cancel. Square root 121 minus 4 equals 7. That's 11 minus 4 equals 7. So 7 equals 7. Check. And that means this is, in fact, my final answer. There it is. Put it in a box. And that's it. So this is, you're going to do 2 days of the same concept. We might even be doing 3 days, actually, of this. But 2 or 3 days of the same concept. So here's the first day. Okay, if you need to pause to let students catch up, because that was a little fast, you can go ahead and pause. Otherwise, I'm going to keep working on the second one. All right, here we go. We're going to do that same skill. You're going to square both sides. Square both sides. 4 times x plus 2 is equal to x plus 10. Notice the square root is, you undo the square root. 4x plus 8 is equal to x plus 10. 3x is equal to 2. Divide both sides by 3. X is equal to 2/3. And we have to check our work. So here we go. Check. You got to plug into the original. Always check back with the original problem before you do anything else. So I'm setting it up so I can put my x, my 2/3. My 2/3. All right. So let's see this. 2 times square root of 2/3 plus 2. Oh, that's going to be a fun 3.2659. And let's see. Square root of 2/3 plus 10. 3.2659. It is. It's the same. So it does work out. That is mathematically correct. Here we go. Check. That one's also done. All right. If you need to go ahead and pause to allow students to keep up, go ahead and pause that video. If not, then we're going to keep on going. You are going to practice these. You're going to have some whiteboard problems. So here we go. Go ahead, you're going to do these. You can either do them on the big whiteboards, you can do them on your iPads. Go ahead, pause the video, and get started. All right, thanks so much. Here are your answers. You should have 64 over 3. And 3 over 8. Excuse the cough, please. I'm still sick. And 3 over 8. Notice we cannot use the decimal for these because 64 over 3 continues on. It's 0.33333 continuing on forever. You can't use that in decimal form, so we're not going to use that one for decimal. All right, next example. Here we go. All right, so now you want this radical expression by itself, which means you have to move everything else out of the way. Okay, now use principles of squaring, square both sides. And this is the same as x minus 3 times x minus 3. So I got to multiply that out, actually. And this is just practice of multiplying this over and over. You get the hang of multiplying these out really quickly. Okay. I want to move everything to one side, so x squared. Move over the 27, which should give me negative 18. Mm. 6 and 3, it's negative. I want the middle. Okay. So, is equal to negative 3. So what I did is right here was the part where I paused. I wanted two numbers that multiply to negative 18, but when I add them, I get negative 3. So I had to pause for a second, and you saw even I paused, just because I wanted to make sure I got my right numbers, because 18 is 9 times 2 and 6 times 3. And then remember your final step, you set it equal to 0, which means you're going to switch around those signs. So actually, if you wanted to include the extra step, it's like this. X plus 3 is equal to 0. So each one equal to 0, then switch them. So I have two answers now, which sometimes it is possible to have two answers. So there's nothing wrong with that. However, I must check both answers. Can't just be like, yeah, I have two answers. You got to check them both. So there's the first one, and then I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this to make the second one. And the second one, the only difference is instead of it being a 6, it's going to be a negative 3 there. And a negative 3 there, I believe. Okay, so let's check this. This would be 3 plus square root of 27 minus 3 times 6 is 9. Square root of 9, okay. Is equal to 6, so 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. 6 is equal to 6. Check, that one does work. Okay, what about over here? 3 plus square root of 27 plus 9, which is 36, is equal to negative 3. 3 plus 6 is equal to negative 3. No, it's not. 9 is not equal to negative 3. Oh. So I got to go back up and make sure all these say not equal. See how I crossed them all out now? They're all not equal, which means negative 3 is not a real possible answer. So the only answer is x equals 6. That's the only answer. Ta-da! We only have one answer. Okay, go ahead, pause if you need to. I'm going to keep going. Otherwise, okay, right side. See how there are two radicals now? I can't combine these. They're separate. So I'm going to have to just square them as is. So square them as is. You do not want the radicals to be next to each other when you're doing this. You want them to be on separate sides like they are now. Completely separate sides. So now when I square them, I'm going to do just like when I had to do my multiplying by squaring before. I'm going to do that same concept. Square root x minus 1 times square root x minus 1 is equal to x minus 5. So multiplying this out should give me square root x squared, right, minus square root x plus 1. So this really becomes x minus 2 root x plus 1 is equal to x minus 5. Okay, I want to move everything to one side. I'll notice that once I start moving this x, look what happens. It completely cancels from both. It just goes away. So I really have negative 2 root x plus 1 is equal to negative 5. So I'm going to move over that positive 1 to the other side. And what's going to happen is now I can divide by negative 2. Always divide first if you can. So square root x is equal to 3. Now I get to square both sides to undo the square root. X is equal to 3. Before I put in a box, I need to check my answers. Even though it's the only answer, you still have to check because sometimes it doesn't work out actually. So square root of 3 minus 1 is equal to square root of 3 minus 5. Let's see. Square root of 3 minus 1. It's going to give me a decimal here. Square root of 3, then outside minus 1. 0.732 roughly equal to square root of negative 2. Oh, that's not going to be the same. Square root of negative 2. Uh-oh. Did we do this right? Oh, yeah, look at that. So this one does not work. No, the check did not work. Which means if I only have one answer, and when I check my work, the one answer is not a solution to the problem, dun, 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 I have no solution. There it is. All right. We're doing these same problems over and over. It's really just a repetition at this point. So you're going to get really good at these because we're just going to keep doing them. All right, go ahead, pause if you need to. Otherwise, we're going to keep going. Yay. Oh, wait. What did I do? Minus 2x plus 1, x minus 5, minus 6 divided by 2 squared, 3 squared. Oh. Guys, I boo-booed. Oh, no. It's not 3. 3 squared is not 3. 3 squared is 9. Let's try that. All right, hang on. Maybe I did my problem wrong. So this would be 9. 9 minus, I think this is still 5. All right, 9 minus 5 would be 4, which is 2. This would be 3 minus 1, which is 2. Oh my god, it does work. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. This one does work, and it's 9. Oh my goodness. No, my sicky brain had it wrong. I'm so sorry. Go ahead, pause, and let them fix the problem. I'm very sorry about that. If anyone caught that before I fixed it, thank you so much. Good job. Good catch. All right. Go ahead and practice with these two problems. Go ahead, pause, and work. Hey, thank you so much for coming back. Here's your answers to practice. Should have 9 and 4, and both of them work. On the left, you had also a 2, but the 2 did not work out when you checked your work. That was a no, so that one did not work out. All right. Here we go. One more example. Ooh, solve the equation using d equals square root of 2h. D is the distance in mile that you can see on the horizon. Okay, so D is the distance in miles that you can see to the horizon from height h in feet. So h right there is feet. All right, so D equals square root 2h is feet. So how high, that's the h right there, how high is a ranger station if the ranger is able to see a fire on the horizon 15.4 miles away? So D would be the distance in miles. So I'm going to put the 15.4 where it says D. This would be D. So I am solving for H. Okay. So now I need to undo this. So I have square root. These are probably going to be the faster problems out of everything we do today. This is probably the fastest problem. Squared is 237.16 is equal to 2h divided by 2 on both sides. H is really approximately equal to, oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. 237.16 divided by 2 is 118.58. All right, so H. Solve for H. How high is the ranger station? We have to answer in a sentence. The ranger station is approximately 118.58 feet tall. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and shrink my writing here because it barely fits in my box. So there you go. Yay. Okay, the right side problem is almost the same. Go ahead, pause if you need to catch up. Except now it's saying, using the same formula, how far to the horizon can you see through an airplane window at a height or altitude of 30,000 feet? So if the height is 30,000, that means right here, this height, H, is 30,000. So now I'm doing opposite. Square root 2 times 30,000. All under the big square root. So D is really square root of 60,000. So let's see, what is that? Second square root. 244.95. Distance in miles. So, you can see approximately 244.95 miles through the airplane window at 30,000 feet. There you have it. Put this in a box for us, and it's done. Ta-da. There you go. Oh no. Okay. Go ahead, pause if you need to finish writing this down. Otherwise, we're going to do some practice problems. So, we're almost there. Hang in there, peoples. All right, here is your whiteboard problems. Go ahead, read it carefully. Highlight if you need to. Pause so you can write it all down. Thank you. All right, thank you so much for coming back. Here are your answers. There's only one thing we have left in this lesson, so thank goodness. All right. And here we go. Partner activity. With your partner, go ahead and work on these partner activities. Go ahead and continue with this. We're gonna give it maybe about 5 minutes. I don't know that you'll need that long, but just that way you have it. The bottom section says determine how many times you need to use the principle of squaring. It doesn't say solve each problem, so do not solve the equations. How many times do you need to use principles of squaring? Okay, ready, set, go. All right, thank you so much for coming back. Here we go. There's your answers, and we made it to the end of the lesson. Congrats, people. So, what's going to happen now is once you check your answers and make sure you have them all right, you are welcome to start on your assignment. Your assignment is here as promised, right there. I don't want to go too far because I don't want to show you the answers, but you are welcome to complete your assignment. Hopefully you have enough time in class, you're able to submit it by the end of class. But yeah, have a great rest of your day. Bye.